delights us all. I am Osayua Mesale, and I'm joined by my lovely co-anchors, and we have a guest co-anchor today, Fola Onadikpe. She's a graduate of psychology from the University of Ibadan who left her 9 to 5 to open, or is it sociology? Sorry, not psychology, yes, sociology. Who left her 9 to 5 to open a bakery in Lagos about 4 years ago called Butterfly Party and Patisserie. She says she has always loved to make good and tasty meals and started baking from the age 13. Whoa! Hi, Paula.
Hello.
Amazing. Are you kidding me? So I specifically did not read it because I wanted to be surprised, and I'm pleasantly surprised. From the age of 13.
From age of 13.
It's
What
lovely.
was the first thing you baked?
Chin chin.
Oh.
I remember I used to supply a store opposite my parents' house then. So I would give them in, bits and batches. Yeah. So
Wow.
I always love to bake.
Oh, that's nice.
Learned it from my mom, basically.
Wow.
Awesome.
Wow.
Awesome.
So did your mom do it for commercial or it was just home?
Just home baking.
Wow.
Yes, but she had really good recipes. So
Wow. So, you
So is that the
just
recipe you're
call it
stealing
there.
from?
No, funny enough, I curate mine. I learned some, from schools I attended, but I like to, tweak
it.
Yes.
Which
tweak
of
the
culinary
process.
schools have you gone to?
So I started with mix and bake.
Okay.
Yes, and then I also attended some classes online. Yes, and then Sweetheart by Casata, Alpha Beach. So I used to go from Magodo all the way to Alpha Beach then.
Wow.
Yeah, because she was really good. She is really good actually. So I was bent on learning core good
From
recipes.
her.
Yes, so
Wow. It's
Awesome.
amazing.
Awesome.
You look so unassuming, but you seem to be a very, very thorough person.
I am her actually.
Very unassuming. It's so lovely to have you with us.
Thank you
Stephen.
for having me.
We are looking forward to the conversation.
Okay.
Yeah. So Jenny, baby, hello. 200K Richard, baby. I can't get over that. How are you? So what's good? What's good? How's the week been?
Oh, my week has been good. It has actually been good. Yesterday was quite stressful. I was not at the studio yesterday, thank God. Because it was it was really stressful. But today has been amazing.
Awesome.
Today has been amazing.
Awesome.
I would like to share what happened today, but let's just
Save it
let's
for
keep
later.
I want to hear gist you. Now you are
Say
keeping
it.
our
There's something yesterday.
viewer is out there thinking what's happening. Want
There's
to
something
hear?
yesterday,
Stay tuned.
say
Stay
it.
tuned.
Okay, stay tuned. She's gonna tell you. Hi, Isi.
Hi, Uwa.
How are you?
I'm fine, thank
How was
you.
today?
Looking forward to the end of the day.
Okay.
It's been a long day for me,
Very long
honestly.
day.
Honestly.
All right,
Why do I
so
feel like you've been waiting to say that?
Oh, I can't cash me again.
it's Buario. Start deleting, counter deleting. It's not say you are being sentimental. We had the Minister of Information put the English there. I'm trying to find that English. I said, okay. But that's not what we're talking about today, because everybody is talking about that. Please, we want to talk about food. Abi, is it not affecting you like
Cost
it's
of
affecting us?
living.
Yes, so. All right, so here's what we found as today's quote. Food is the most primitive form of comfort. It's a very short and simple quote. And as we all know, that prices hike has happened with some food items. And the most consumed staple foods, rather, in Nigeria are rice, bread, gari, and beans. And so last week, the Association of Bakers came out to announce the approval of 30% price increment on bread. So how would this impact the common man? So EC Jenny, our co-anchor, co-guest anchor, Fola, a baker, and I will be discussing this, and we would love to hear what you, our viewer, have to say about this. When we open our phone lines, we want to know how it's impacting you, the price of bread in the market. But first, we'll take a break to see what we found in the news. You're still watching Ways now. World Bicycle Day is observed every year on the 3rd of June. The main objective of this day is to promote the use of bicycles for a cleaner environment and a healthier lifestyle. This date was selected by the United Nations General Assembly after it recognized the versatility, uniqueness, and longevity of the two-wheeler. Bicycles was one of the earliest and most amazing inventions of humankind, and to celebrate this special vehicle every year on June 3rd, World Bicycle Day is observed. I mean, I love bicycles. Love
So do I, but I
bicycles.
don't know how to ride one. But I'm learning.
Oh, you started learning?
Oh, I've started learning.
Oh, that's
It's part
very,
of-
very,
because,
very good.
You know,
I don't know about learning bicycle for old age child.
I go walk. It has to, because I believe in learning, relearning, and unlearning. So basically, I think I was scared as a child to learn how to ride bicycle, and my brothers were bullies, such bullies that they didn't want me to ride. So at the end of the day, I had to, just let it go. So I think now I'm getting my balance. I'm getting my ride back.
I remember falling off bicycles
I
while learning
had.
when I was pretty young.
Ooh.
Head bumps.
Wow.
back bumps while learning, but now, yes, I can ride.
So you're a pro.
Awesome.
I can
Ooh.
ride.
I love bicycles.
I can't wait. I'm going to do that road runner like mad.
I want to join a bicycle club. There's a friend of mine. They ride from Magodo every Saturday morning to the international airport and back.
Oh, wow.
Amazing. She's always posting her pictures. Lovely.
But I heard that thing kind of hurts the bum though.
Bicycles?
Yes, when you run, when you
No, it
ride
depends
for
on
too
the.
long.
No, it depends on your
When you ride for
bicycle.
too
They're
long.
very comfortable seats.
Yes.
Some bicycles have very comfortable seats. Trust
Okay.
me. Yeah,
So it
it's
depends
the-
on the bicycle you
It's the
have.
money you spend to buy the bicycle.
Correct.
All right, so who are we going with first? Let me go to Jenny. Or should we give our guest anchor
Totally.
the floor to tell us what she
Absolutely.
found in the news?
Absolutely.
Okay, quite funny. So are we now to be called UARians? UARians. We're no longer Nigerians. Like, I have been laughing all day. Like, why? Since when? Or maybe we're going next to the UAE. So we are one letter away from Dubai. So maybe
So
that.
it's UARN.
Yes.
Like when I saw that, I thought actually it was a joke.
not a
Until
I saw it yesterday,
It's not a
and I
joke.
showed
That's
it
what
to
I'm
you,
saying.
right?
yeah, when we saw it, I actually thought it was a joke that they want to put our name. They are so is name our problem in this country?
Like, we have
So many issues,
There
and I
is.
think so. When I saw this, I just came to a conclusion that I think our leaders understand that Nigerians, we like to talk. We like to go on Twitter, we like to rant. So they will always just
Giving
feed
us something to
what
talk about.
Because I do not understand why this would even come up in the first place.
Like,
Makes
and I
no
heard
sense.
it's a tax consultant that brought,
That brought the idea up.
the idea
yes.
up to name
Yeah.
us UAR.
There is no
United
smoke without
African
fire.
Republic.
Let's be very
Republican.
careful.
What was his reason?
Like I don't get it.
Because I still feel like it's a joke. I've not accepted
Maybe
it. I
he-
still think it's a joke.
He thinks it will probably give us a sense of unity that we do not have really. Because our
Really?
leaders are not
Is that-
even helping.
I don't think so.
Because-
I don't want to talk about this.
You know what?
issue.
It's fine.
I don't want to get
so
upset.
people say, so if we are UAR, what would be? So you know, Nigeria is Nigerians. We are Nigerians. So when we put UAR, what would be our new name? What would-
Uarians.
how would they refer to us?
Uarians.
Somebody says Uarians. Somebody says United Arab something Republicans. As in,
African Republicans.
African Republicans. Like when you just see the names on Twitter, it's just funny. But let me come to you, Jennifer.
God help us.
God help us.
Corps members can be mobilized for war.
That's another
Says
annoying
NYSCDG.
thing.
So the Director General of the National Youth Service Corps, Brigadier General Shuaibu Ibrahim, says that corps members can be mobilized for war. According to him, he said that if not for the knowledge, where are you going to mobilize such young Nigerians to train them quickly to put in their best for the country? So basically, when there is a serious war, the corpers can be trained to go for war, to fight.
Was this comment taken out of context, or he truly mentioned that in the body of his conversation?
He said it. He said it. It was actually in quotes. They put it in quotes. Let me find it.
What occasion would have warranted this kind of conversation? Because when I saw this, I said, so where's the... Because before you go to war, in the proper military training, you have to go through paramilitary training, different kinds of training. You know, some people spend years acquiring those kind of trainings for you to go to. Do you know what it means to go to war?
Or do they think orientation camp is
so
enough?
what he just said was in response to Nigerians saying that NYC should be scrapped.
Scrapped, yeah.
Yeah. So he's responding, and then they actually put this in quotes. So the NYC boss said, "Corps members are on reserve. They are part of the national defense policy of this country." Since when?
For
So
me,
this is me asking since when.
Okay.
So where there is serious war, our corps members are educated, they are knowledgeable, and they can be trained. You see the drill, and so on.
So he's benching it on the drill from the
orientation camp.
3 weeks orientation camp, and now go to war.
What was the founding concept or idea behind, NYSC? It was for unity in Nigeria.
Yes.
It's for everybody to come together. You have a taste or the knowledge of this
Other part of the
other
world.
parts of the
Yeah,
country.
culture.
So whatever
Language.
in this time there is so much diversity in the country. Why didn't he say something like, okay, is also another way to keep promoting our unity in diversity? Why would he now veer it towards war?
You know what?
That means he's actually saying that there might be war.
There might be
No, it's
war.
not even that. Let's not put words in his mouth. My own is that, do you understand the definition of war?
War.
So what would the NYC member be doing? You know the way they use them for election, where they are documenting. Is
Yeah.
it you be counting dead body, or what are you supposed to do? Are you supposed to really handle a weapon or something? It doesn't
There will
make
be
sense.
nurses or doctors.
It doesn't make any
So
sense.
what is he saying that 3 weeks orientation
It's
they're going to
enough.
train you?
No,
Is that enough
shoot
for you
guns
to
in
actually
3 weeks?
shoot guns?
Yeah.
Is that enough for you to actually
Go to war and
into
to go and
battle?
fight? You know,
Even the
sometimes-
defense, the defense guys that we have right now, a lot of them still don't know how to shoot guns.
Yes, and
So
they're
you're talking
trained.
about people who are just coming out of university, and then you want to train them for 3 weeks.
It's interesting. It's interesting. But we'll just leave it there. What do you find for us in the news?
Still on Lamentations. Former President Obasanjo said that Nigeria now is a country flowing with bitterness and sadness. He said this during a book launch. And, I totally agree with him. Why when he said this thing, he said that the caption was, former President Chief Olusegun Obasanjo has said that Nigeria, which used to be a country flowing with milk and honey, is now a country flowing with bitterness and sadness, with a rising insecurity and the decline in the economy. Look, for me, basically, I totally agree with him. Before, when you're on the road, people can be nice, but now there is so much anger. Even on the road, when you're driving, you see the motorists or the commuters fighting each other. There is so much bitterness in people right now. And this stems from what we are all going through as a people. You wake up every morning and there is one kidnap or the other, or there is one insecurity news going viral on Twitter or some social media handle. So we are practically on our toes every minute. And because of that, you will look for a way to lash out. And people are tired psychologically. Yes. Mentally, we are drained as a people. So when we see any avenue to lash out and, let go of that pain we are feeling within, we let go of it. So indeed, we are angry, and this is as a result of bad failure, bad leadership, and non-accountability of our leaders, basically. Thank you.
Stephanie. Acute malnutrition hits 7,271 children in Katsina. So the Executive Secretary of Katsina State Primary Healthcare Development Agency, Dr. Shamsuddin Yahaya, said that about 7,271 children out of 1.2 million children in the state are suffering from acute malnutrition. And he added that about 92,766 children, particularly those in the rural communities across the 37 local government areas of the state, are battling with moderate form of malnutrition. This is actually very worrisome for me because when we had a conversation yesterday on healthy living. So behind the scenes after the show, I was talking to the guests because I lived in the north. North is one place where food is cheapest, where you are every time you're eating, the real northerner, they have a fantastic, impeccable way of eating right in terms of balanced diet. So malnutrition to the north. So is it possible that this can be tied to the same insecurity that we're talking about, you know? But because we're talking food today, I just thought to mention this as my story. Of course, thankfully, the state governor's wife, she's been doing some programs, you know, helping to give therapeutic food to the children. So hopefully they are planning to get this remaining 7,271 children out of that malnutrition line. As also the ones that have moderate form of malnutrition, they're also trying to work hard to bring them out of that.
I hope they'll follow you through.
I just hope so. I just hope so. All right, so that's what we're going to be discussing. That's all we can take right now. We will be discussing food. We have a baker. Come and tell us why you people added 30% of bread.
Very your fault.
We'll be right back.
For me, I wanted to change that culture. I didn't believe that until you see a white man or you see a foreigner in the kitchen before you can believe that, you know, good food is going to come out of that kitchen.
You can leverage on each other's spaces and, you know, sell. We believe in Nigeria, right? We believe that Nigeria can get better. We, the youth, are the ones that can make it better.
And my products are proudly made in Nigeria.
Made in Niger, showing every Tuesday at 10:30 p.m. and repeats on Saturday at 8:30 a.m.
Thanks for staying with us now. The Association of Master Bakers and Caterers of Nigeria, AMBCN, has directed its members to increase prices of bread and other bakeries by 30%, citing higher raw material costs. Now, according to Umar Mansour, the president of the association, after considering the impact of the skyrocketed prices of baking ingredients / materials for the survival of our noble business, which is presently bleeding, that's according to him, the association came to the conclusion to adjust our prices by 30%. Now, how will this impact the common man on the streets, given that the World Poverty Clock shows Nigeria has overtaken India as the country with the most people living in extreme poverty? So how can we combat this looming food crisis? Bread is one of the staple foods in Nigeria. I mean, it's like every day, every home is eating bread. So please let us hear what you have to say. Remember, you can join this conversation. Tweet at us at WadeShowAfrica1 with the hashtag WadeShow, or send us an SMS or WhatsApp to 081-803-84663. So because we wanted to have this conversation, we had to bring in a baker. You know, so it's important to hear. So we are not just talking from a very ignorant place. You know, when you say you're increasing your prices, we're wondering, why? Exactly. You know, nobody understands, but you're a business person, you know, so maybe you should help us break it down. What is truly happening in the world of confectionaries?
Okay, so basically, let me put it in a very simple explanation. 4 years ago, or 5 years ago, we used to buy flour, a bag, for 8,000 naira. Now, 2 days ago, I bought flour for 15,800 per
Same quantity.
bag, same quantity, no addition. So just imagine that, and it goes across board. All ingredients we use in baking: margarine, yeast, sugar. In fact, I got a text message from my supplier 2 days ago. Oh, madam, we just added 1,000 naira to sugar. I have to factor that into my production.
Absolutely.
Because if I don't do that, I won't be making any profits. And, you know, the Association for Bakers, right, they were right to give us this go-ahead to increase prices, because very soon bakeries will shut down because you're making bread, you're not making profit. It's not like it's a charity organization or an NGO where you want to feed the nation. You're making food, you're making a living for yourself. And imagine if I have to make bread every day, and I go home and I count what I make, and then there's no profit because running costs are taking everything. Do I talk about the light? We use generator. You know, fuel, obviously pump price has increased, you know, so many things, you know. So we have to increase the prices. Even my cakes now, I'm even a bit scared to increase the price because my customers will say, oh, you've come again. I'm like, every time I have to explain. Sometimes I have to send them a screenshot, like, see my receipts.
Your suppliers.
Yeah, a month ago, see the receipts now. Today, I have to do this because, please, you don't want Butterfly to shut down. Please help us fly, you know. So really, but when you think about it, I understand why people will first react that, oh, why are you increasing the price? Because their purchasing power is really down. Sometimes I think about it, that how do poor people eat? You know, you want to buy bread, you're walking to a store, you have maybe just 100 naira left on you, and you want to buy 100 naira bread, and you get there and the person tells you, oh, sorry, it's not 150. The person is going to turn back and go back home, and then the person goes hungry. That's why when she said earlier, people are angry. Yes, people are angry because they're even hungry. You don't even know if the person is even eating that day, or the person doesn't even know where the next meal will come from. You know, so it's just crazy out there. So with bread, with baking, you know, it's a constant price increase. In fact, I can almost say daily, honestly. Because today, I buy margarine, this price, next tomorrow, it's another price. I'm like, I just have to call her. I'm like, madam, why? She was like, that's all we see. That's always a response. No other explanation. You know, they say it's the company, that's how much they're giving us. Now I'm even trying to find ways to buy maybe from the main source, you know, the main company. But I'm not a big bakery yet. You know, I'm still, you know, growing. But they said that the least I can buy is 600 bags. I don't need 600 bags right now. So what am I going to do? I still have to keep buying at, you know.
So do you think, based on what you're saying now, do you think this is affecting the bigger bakeries, or is just affecting the SMEs, the smaller businesses?
It's mostly affecting the SMEs now, because the bigger bakeries are able to buy, you know, in larger quantities. Yes, and then they get, you know, discounted prices maybe, or most of them even still have old stock that they're using, right? But we that buy, you know, almost every week,
retailing.
Yeah, retail price, you know, we have to follow the price increase.
Absolutely.
So right now, even with this price increment, we still can't totally implement it, because we, the smaller bakeries, are waiting for the bigger ones to change their prices first before we follow suit. Because if we decide to do ours, they will say, oh, this bread is this. How come you are increasing your price? Why are you feeling special?
Customers.
You know, so I have to still maintain the same price, you know, they are using, while I wait for them to come back to the market. Maybe their stock will finish, and then they come to buy the new price, and then we will all follow suit.
Wow.
So right now, yes, I'm bleeding to an extent.
Wow.
Because I still have to stay with the old price till, you know, I check the market. I always have to do survey almost every week. Oh, what's this bakery saying? Has this bakery increased? Oh, they've not. Okay, let's wait. You know, but
and you're still having to do that running cost.
Yes, same thing.
Okay, let me hear from Jennifer.
So how have you been able to cope, or how have you been able to find a balance? Because now it looks like everyone is suffering. Even we are not, we don't own bakeries, we don't bake bread, but we buy bread. We buy bread on a daily. In my family house, we eat, I think we're very big, and my mom buys bread, 3 slices, that's 3 loaves of bread every day. And that's because we eat bread and tea daily. I'm not there with them anymore, but I know that that's still the standard. It is bread and tea every day. And like now, I stay on the island, they stay on the mainland. And the last time I bought this agege bread, that's the unsliced one, it was even from the normal
Agege vendors.
Agege vendors.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, let me just get this for now. And I got it for 350. Bread that it would usually sell for 200, and I got it for 350. And then if you have to go into the supermarket to get bread, you buy bread for 450, 500. I don't know how much it is on the mainland. If it is cheaper,
it's not cheaper.
Or is it
It's the same price. It's not cheaper. So it's like this. It's the same way. Maybe you want to buy a biro, a pen, right? You buy it on the streets for 10 naira. You enter a supermarket, you buy it for 13 naira. Guess what? The supermarkets are adding their running costs to selling that product in their store. So you will definitely get it at different prices in different locations. Yes. So I would say the prices can be different because we are all buying the same ingredients across board. So either be it mainland, island, the same price because we all have to, make profit out of it. But, right now, I am still confused on what to do. Like I ask, there's this bakery just a stroll from mine. I call him from time to time. Okay, what are you doing? Are you planning to adjust your price? No, we have to be patient because if you try to increase it now, nobody will buy your bread.
Exactly.
I have a question, but let me hear from EC first. How is it affecting you, the price hike? You go to the market
basically
to shop.
As a market woman, the key thing for me is this, that, back in the days when we were children, I can't remember who brought up that thing. I think it was still our honorable president. Then he was a military president. He said, he gave us the structural adjustment program. And that was the SAP. And people changed it to stomach adjustment program. Then it wasn't this bad. But people changed it to stomach adjustment program. Now, if you do not know how to manage your resources, I'm telling you, the stomach adjustment program has it has begun. Some people can do 001, 101, 000 till the next day, So people are hungry out there. And when you go to the market, before you go to the market, you can, I was telling you the other day on the show, a good tuber of yam is about 2,500. And I was shocked. In fact, I was haggling with a woman and I wanted to buy a few tubers. And she was insistent on that price, So at the end of the day, you go to the market, the amount you're supposed to buy or the quantity you're supposed to buy, you won't be able to buy as much. So you buy a few and you come back home with whatever you have and start counting your losses. Before you go to the market, bag of rice before used to be 7,000 during God knows when. But now it's about 30, a good bag of rice is about 30,000 to 35,000 naira. And we also have oil. Oil used to be, groundnut oil. You go to the market, you want to buy groundnut oil. Groundnut oil before used to be good one, used to be average good one. It used to be about 3,500 naira, but now it's about 5,000 naira. So how? Same quantity, nothing goes down. And let me just peg it at goat meat. Goat meat, you go to the market, you want to buy goat meat. I don't want to talk about cows. I don't want to talk about cows.
Let me speak in Benin because it's Benin that will be sweet. My ice fish.
You want to buy goat meat? One big goat meat.
Yeah, even looking for the big one.
Wait, now I did market survey. I said it yesterday that I do like goat meat. Yeah. So you go to the market, you want to buy goat meat. How much is goat meat? Before, if you want to buy the hand, let me come down. I was going to talk about the full goat. Let me come down. See, people are laughing at me. You want to buy, and I'll talk about the fish too. Then the goat meat, you want to buy the goat meat one hand. Before you can get it 1.5, maximum of 2,000 or 2,005. Now if you don't have up to about 4,000 or 3,005 or 3,800 minimum, you ain't getting nothing. I went to the market and I wanted to buy fish. I got it for 1,600 naira
per kilo.
per kilo.
That's
I don't want to talk
Titus.
about the croaker. I'm not talking about the
Which
croaker.
one? Titus.
Titus.
I thought it used to be 900 naira per kilo.
Are you serious?
I've not bought it.
I've not bought it.
So you can imagine the frustration I had when I went to the market. It was so bad because and this is the same thing. Previously, it was 1,002. It was 900, 1,002, 1,004. Then again 1,600. I think it's almost 1,700 about if you go to some shops.
Okay.
Before you know,
Lagos.
2,000
So
naira.
things are on the increase. People are hungry. People are angry, like she said, and people are tired.
Okay,
so
so
the more we think about all of these, we need to look for ways to get out of this and provide food for ourselves.
So Fola, I want to come back to you on baking.
Okay.
Because you see, this analysis that we've given is it's funny we're laughing about it, but you see, there will always be compromises.
Yes.
And this is where I am most afraid,
Okay.
where people will begin to compromise on certain kinds of standards, ingredients, maybe begin to use expired things, all just because they want to meet up and continue to match that existing price. So I know we are farmers, we deal with palm oil, and I know how much adulterated palm oil is out there, right? The keg alone, that the 25-liter keg alone, before we could get that keg for like 700. Now the keg is about 1,004. That's empty keg, and it's not even available, right? So you see some people saying they want to sell that keg at some ridiculous price, you know. That price, what they do is they come to buy from us that have pure palm oil that's unadulterated. They now mix it. So what you're buying, if you're buying from the open market, you have to be extremely careful because most of those things are adulterated. That's one side. There was a day my husband wanted to get tomatoes for me and all of that. Because he's coming from the farm, he's able to see bulk and all of that. He just got there right at the time where they were flies perching on the tomato. So they saw the guy spraying
Oh my God,
a
insecticide.
milkish kind of stuff on the tomato. The next thing, all the flies
Disappears.
So he just made a U-turn and he left. So imagine somebody that did not see that. Because of course people are trying to preserve the little they have, make it to maximize the money, make sure that I do not lose these goods, because again, perishables. It can, so
Storage
they want
facilities.
storage and all of that. So I
Yes.
want to make sure I preserve. So in that, he's not thinking that this thing is going into somebody's stomach. Do you understand?
Poison,
You
basically.
poison, and the same thing they do with preservatives. I mean, we've heard of how people use sniper for beans and all of that.
Yes.
These are all things that price hike would even make to double, triple. Because if the prices are not that expensive, people can even still stomach, and say, okay, even if it goes back, I can always, I will get my profit somewhere else. But because now the commodity is, don't forget, insecurity is affecting even the production. So even from source, we can't even find these things. So with baking now, I mean, is it a bromate or something? What's that word that makes the bread to be big and all of that? Would we start to see, do you think we'll begin to see those kinds of bread again back that NAFDAC fought so hard, for it to be out of the market? Because these are the things that price hike. If I want to maintain my price and still maximize my profit, I have to find a way that flour has to rise and produce the same quantity of bread.
Absolutely.
So what do we...
So I think that's why the commercial board, right, for bakers had to step in to avoid things like that. I won't speak for all of us bakers, but I will speak for most of us that are bent on quality. We always do quality control. So for me, I have, certain suppliers I source my ingredients from. They are trusted, right? They are certified. I go to them. I wouldn't want to go to another supplier that I'm new to and I don't know what they're mixing.
Because they're giving you
selling
cheaper,
to me.
cheaper,
I as a
yeah.
baker may not even be aware they mixed it.
Yes.
You get, I would just put it and
Because
then,
it's just here it's cheaper.
but I stay with the standard suppliers where I know I can get good products.
No
and then
compromises.
No compromises. So the increase in price right now would help go a long way if it's comes to play on time, really, because it has to happen fast. Because people may start to compromise. Let's be honest, if it does not happen fast, but look at, we are still waiting for the big bakeries to adjust their prices. How long are we going to have to wait for that?
Adjust the prices.
to do
Can't we
that.
hold them accountable?
Well, I'm yet to see that really. I think that's where maybe the likes of NAFDAC may have to come in.
Step in.
Right, you know.
And all the bodies.
Exactly.
And maybe even the Association of Bakers as well
Yes.
can tell them that you are not being fair on smaller businesses.
To make sure they increase their price, you know.
Okay,
Just a
so we're going to
little.
open our phone lines when we come back from the break, because it's important to also hear you, our viewer. You know, how is this impacting you, and how much are you spending, and what the way forward? I think we should start finding way forward.
Way forward, really.
Yeah, when we come back from the break. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
It is engagement we need to have.
Those who suffer miscarriages are never taken into account.
Members of the National Assembly are also influence peddlers.
You are sitting on Nigerians' money.
From the barbing, I pay my rent. On the barbing, I send my children to school.
A consultative engagement.
No any tangible notification before they ban us.
It's one thing for people to be at your back and the heat of the moment, and another thing for them to still be with you when push comes to shove.
I will do everything to take Lagos out of the national grid.
Stop.
Now, thanks for staying with us. If you're just tuning in, it's our ladies' night out, and our focus tonight is on the hike in food price, especially bread. Let us hear how this is impacting you. Remember, you can join this conversation. Tweet at us at PlusTvAfrica1 with the hashtag WeShow, or you send us an SMS or WhatsApp to 081-803-84663. And our phone line is open now as well, so you can call in and let's hear how this is impacting you. Please keep your conversation within a minute, and try to turn off the volume of your television set. Right, so before we went on break, I was saying solutions, right? Because I know that some of these ingredients are direct impact of inflation and dollar and all of that. So what do you think? Is there a possibility that, I don't know, farmers can help if we begin to grow some of these things, or begin to manufacture some of these ingredients that you use in baking?
If you talk about manufacturing, that's a long way, capital intensive.
Yeah.
Where are we going to start from, really?
Yeah.
Do farmers have support, financial support, to start, you know, producing here? You know, so it's a bit, the solution is a bit vague, to be honest. It's like, you know, saying, oh, food has increased. Well, the hashtag, we move. We would always move, because what choice do we have, really? So solutions, really, honestly, with food
currently going
generally,
on?
generally, it's the government, first of all. Like now we say everybody's blaming everything on Buhari. So is the government really going to help out? Because that's where the first solution will come from. Because if solutions don't come from that angle,
it's going to be almost impossible.
Yes.
Okay, so let me take Emmanuel. He's called in from Lagos. Thank you so much for joining us. Let's hear what you have to say. I said turn off the volume of your TV.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Hi.
Good evening.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Can you hear me now?
We can hear you. Please, go ahead.
Okay. So, I will just share my view. If the government is not doing anything, because the government is turning blind eye towards the sector, nothing is going to change. First, the dollar keep rising every second, and the government is not addressing the issue. The unemployment rate, the government is not addressing, is not talking about it. And I'm a bachelor. Let me just give you a little breakdown of what happened last Saturday. I went to a major market here in Lagos, here in Lekbo. I'm a single guy. Last 2 weeks, I bought a native chicken at 2,300. Because just like what the sister beside you there said, that meat is very expensive in the market. The meat usually will cost 1,000, it's not 6,000. Once they pick it up, they will tell you 10,000. You thought maybe they are joking. If you get price, they will walk you away.
Thank you, Bodbo.
Very true.
Very true. Please, yeah, go ahead. Is it still there? Please, when you call, turn off the volume. Don't listen to the TV. So just talk to us, okay? When you're calling.
But he's so spot on that. Honestly speaking,
you dare no price. They shoot you.
The traders in the market are also upset.
Yes,
because once you try to price, they will look at you. Don't you know what's happening in the economy? Like I can't sell.
But F4 now. Wait. F4 we tell you is dollar. So let me tell you, I think part of solutions, maybe because I'm a farmer now, some of these things that I'm privy to. Okay. I mean, if you want to buy a cup of F4, the seedlings, a cup is maybe like 300 naira. And you can easily plant it in a pot, a flower pot, the way you would have flower pot in your house. So I think for us, some of these things, let's begin to go back to how we started. Where every home, no matter, so I get the part where you say, oh, I'm not living I'm in a rented apartment, no problem. You see these used bags of rice. No, maybe cement or rice. Those bags, the sacks. You can actually just fill it up with sand. You can grow yam there. My husband was telling me that there are so many innovations that are happening in terms of farming and all of it. You can grow your yam there. You can grow your F4 there. You can take like this and go and transplant your bitter leaf. There's so many things you can do at your backyard just to reduce cost. Because you see, things like baking, I might not have the time to go bake. Do home baked bread. So if I can reduce the cost of other things, I can say, okay, you know what? I can afford to still buy my bread at 400 naira for every day. Do you understand?
Because guess what?
For your vegetables and all of those things you can grow.
Because guess what? You can't plant the flour.
The wheat, yes. You can't plant it. You can't plant it in your backyard, and you cannot process it and convert it
into flour before you use it to bake. So we're still stuck with buying from these people.
Buying the flour. So you see, if we do those kind of things, so what I'm saying is, we used to grow chickens in our compound.
Absolutely.
We used to have all those things. So at least your egg, every morning, we go and check the pen. You will see 2-3 eggs you can pick. Because eggs, now, I was saying to you that eggs from source, where we used to buy big eggs, very big eggs, we used to buy them at 800 naira per crate, 900 naira per crate. Now it's 1,200 naira from source. So if it's getting to you, maybe 1,600, yes, you understand. So how would you keep up with that? So I'm thinking, you know what, let's go back. For the things that we can grow at the back of our houses, let us start, so that you cut off that cost completely from what you're going to go and get in the market. Because if you are waiting for government,
they won't do anything. Hey, there is one thing I give my mom kudos. There's one thing I give my mom kudos for, and something I learned from her is every house that we move into, now we have our own house. So at the back of our house, my mom has a patch, a little garden where her friends usually come in the evenings, maybe mostly on Saturdays, to get bitter leaf from us. So we have bitter leaf, we have scent leaf, we have water leaf. There was a time she was even growing ugu. She had ugu. Sometimes she started growing pepper, started growing tomatoes. I was looking at her like, so it was very full. But at the time, these were cheaper, so we weren't really paying so much attention to those things. But now,
you have to pay attention. You go and pluck your tomato and make your stew.
Because by the time you buy pepper 1,000 naira, you can almost not make a pot of stew.
Yes. So for whatever it is that you can afford to do from your end, I think now would be a good time to start to think about all of those things. Then you can now absolutely, the things you cannot make by yourself, you can now go, so you can cut down on a lot of things. It's tough. It seems like almost an impossible thing, but it will happen, because flour, for instance, most of those things are imported.
Yes.
The bags are imported. Do we have a call? Is there somebody there? Samuel from Kaduna, are you there?
Hello.
Go ahead, we can hear you.
Yes. Hello, beautiful ladies.
Thank you for calling.
I am Samuel calling from Kaduna. My contribution is not the solution. I want to flash back your mind to a president that actually said you eat cassava bread. I want to ask you, Iya, do you think anybody eats that cassava bread?
I'm going to ask for that.
What bread did you say? Cassava
Secondly,
bread.
the solution to this problem has been with us for a very long time. Yes. We shy away from our problem. Today it's facing us. This bread issue has been there. They said we have that approved cassava bread. Who is eating it now? We are not just serious as a country. There is no bearing. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Samuel. So cassava bread, is there a possibility? Have you tried that recipe?
I haven't.
Okay.
Actually,
is it something you would like to experiment? Is the cassava flour truly cheaper?
I'm not, to be honest, I'm really not aware because I just deal with the standard
Wheat flour, yeah.
Yes, but then again,
yes.
So cassava bread, I'm thinking it would taste different from wheat.
Is it even going to have the same
Okay,
Exactly.
Kelvin from Ghana has called in. Kelvin, thank you for joining us. Ghana, all the way. That's our first time from Ghana.
Yeah.
Hi, Kelvin. Thank you for joining us. Kelvin, are you there?
Hello?
Go ahead. We can hear you.
Yeah, okay. Can you hear me well?
Yes, we can. Okay, sorry.
I think we lost him.
We lost him. Yeah, you're going to say cassava bread. Have you tried
Cassava
it?
bread. I think this bread was way back when
It's
I
Pepe
was
now.
much younger.
Oh, okay.
And that bread, I think my mom bought it, and it tasted awful.
There we go.
Awful.
There we go.
So we didn't bother to eat it again. So that cassava bread is a no-no. Totally no. It wouldn't go anywhere.
It won't. It won't
go anywhere.
If it's
Unless
not
they
bread, it
decide
cannot
to
be bread.
revamp it, and maybe tweak it. The bakers are more
Another
innovative
solution.
now.
Try to limit the
So
number
you
of
never
children that you
know.
have. Because I remember when we were growing up.
Population.
I remember when we were growing up. Shout out to my dad, by the way. Today is his birthday. Okay, I think we have Kelvin again from Ghana.
Okay.
Thank you for joining us. Hello, Kelvin.
Yeah, good evening.
Thank you for joining us. Let's hear what you have to say.
Yeah, thank you too. I was watching the program on television, so I can see your program. I love it.
Thank
but
you.
I want to be like people because now I'm searching for a woman to marry.
What? He's looking for a woman to marry.
Yes, so that I will explain what you people have experienced.
Okay. Okay. Well, good luck to you finding the woman to marry. Thank you, Kelvin.
Thank you for calling.
I was saying that because we're a large family, we're 9 children.
Well, and I think
every
mine was
morning.
large.
And the way we take it eat, that time when we small. Let me know. Oh boy. Every morning, one loaf. Hot. There was one bakery called Ferran Bakery. So one loaf of bread, 2 people
Goes down.
to 1. 2 to 1. What? So because the bread was so hot.
Be careful.
And you just, you know what? I like to dip. Then my friend don't catch me normal. No, I say, you're so. I say, please, I'm local like that. Leave it like that. You will squeeze the bread as it's hot. You dip it in the tea. And you see, by the time you will not know when you finish one loaf of bread.
That's it.
So I'm just trying to imagine now if it's today, that one loaf. Because the bread was so and it was so good.
Tasty.
Very tasty bread. Hot, because of that, I didn't used to eat bread. Because I used to eat only hot bread.
From the bakery.
From the bakery.
Yeah, because you're getting it
Because
fresh.
that is what bread is supposed to be like.
Yes.
I mean, my sister that lives in France, every morning, the husband goes to the bakery every morning to get the baguette bread, freshly baked bread.
Wow.
I mean, so I just imagine what the cost will look like now. Let me take Richard, then we'll continue the conversation. Richard, are you there? Thank you for calling.
Yes, good evening, guys.
Hi, Richard.
Hello.
Yeah, this is your food source company. anytime I want to come back to the market, I try to run away from her.
You can say that again.
Because she's got a place. Because she will say, can you imagine all this money I went to market, look at what I got for. And the only thing I would not say is well. I got to go back down, go out and try to get. I just pray I will do that from now. With that life.
Thank you. It's a bit more. Thank you, Richard. I struggled to hear what he was saying, though. I couldn't hear what he was saying. Well, I think he was saying when he comes back from the market, he thanks God or something.
Yes, and I can feel his pain because, you know, I think the last time I went to the market, all I wanted to do was actually leave the market because you are spending so much and you seen more things you would like to buy, but because you do not have that much money or for some reason you do not want to spend beyond the budget, you have to run out of that place.
Oh, okay. So Richard said that whenever his wife comes back from the market, he tries to run away from her. That because of the price of the thing, so she's always cranky when she comes back from the market. I'm so sorry, Richard.
Richard, I went to see what I bought.
Richard, you can't blame her. Trust me, it's painful.
It's annoying.
In fact, that's why I'm so blessed that my husband is a farmer. So from his farm, he's bringing the things fresh. Do you know, I hate, honestly speaking, I realize I hate to go to the market because I don't know how to say, oh, last price now. Just bring the thing to the house. I'll cook it for you.
Very honest with you. For the past 3 weeks or 1 month, I've not gone to the market. And that's because I'm scared.
Yes.
I know what I want to cook. I know what I want to eat. But the question is, if I go with this amount of money, will I
get what I want?
Okay, let me take Sam from Abuja. Sam, thank you for calling. Hi, Sam. Thank you for calling. You're live.
God bless you.
Bless you too.
Are you hearing me?
Yes, we can.
Can you hear me?
Yes,
Hello?
we can. We can hear you.
Can you hear me?
We can hear you.
I said I give kudos to the female, you wife at home. I give you kudos.
Thank you.
Because these days it is tough and it is really, really tough. I myself, I went to the market. I based in Ibadan, but my station is in Abuja. Most times when I got home, I had just want to assist my wife to go to the market to buy something. I got to the market. I went to Bodija to buy a bean. A congo of beans, congo of beans, they told me it's 1,000. I shouted. I said, man, what are you talking about? You know, I thought he was joking.
It's still cheap over
even
there.
though they call the Oloi, which is the sweet one, 1,000 naira. The white one, they say it's 950. I said, Jesus. By the time I got home, I told my wife, I said, how much are you selling? How much are you selling? Because she sells food stuff too. How much are you selling? And this is how much I bought from the market. So I was surprised. I give kudos to you wives that we have. Kudos to you wives. You men, you are trying. I give it for.
We go to the war front where we are going to the market.
Only the one that are nagging, that doesn't know what is happening.
You know, because I think
to you people, you ladies, kudos to you people. God bless every one of you.
Thank you.
You are lifted.
I'm feeling appreciated right now.
Because it's a war front. I have 2,500 there, and I must go back home to cook.
I think the worst part is when you go to the market, you already know that there are some specific stores you cannot and you must not enter because they will cut your neck with price. So if I want to buy tomato or pepper, I know the people. I say, this Hausa guy.
So I was going to ask Fola now. Let's go back to bread. Okay. So what should we do? Because some families that I know, they do morning and evening bread.
Yes.
You know, everything. The way the French people eat, everything is with bread. They're eating food, there's bread by the side. Yeah, so, I mean, that's how, yes, everything with bread.
Bread.
You know, so what do we do? You know, is there any solution? So since cassava is out of the way.
Like I tried to mention earlier, the only solution there is won't come from me as a baker directly because I'm in it to make profits, let me be honest. So what can I do? I have to increase my prices because I have to make, you know, my daily living. That's where I get my bread from in a literal sense.
Exactly.
So I have to increase my prices. So the only solution can come from the government. I don't know how they're going to do it, when, you know, but that's the only solution I see. Because anything aside that, we're left to ourselves. We're going to fend for ourselves, find ways around, surviving.
But your bread, how much is a loaf of bread?
Okay, so I have 2 sizes. I have the small one, which is 100 naira, and I have the big one, which is 400 naira. Yes.
So the big one that is 400 naira, how many families can it serve?
So the big one, maybe I don't know. It depends on how they eat. Like you said before that, you buy the squeeze, before you know the bread is gone. So
we're
most
supposed
families
to serve
maybe a loaf of bread should serve like 4.
Family of 4.
Yeah, family of 4. Yes. So. Yeah, basically that, except the ones that would say, no, it's the fresh hot one I want. And only 2 people can eat that. In fact, sometimes 1 person. Because by the time it comes out hot, it will squeeze.
Squeeze it and dip it.
So, a family of 4 years will feed, on 1 bread. Yeah. I have this customer, right? Thank you, Mr. Omo. They come like every day to buy bread. So they buy the small ones, they buy the big ones. They always buy 2 big ones, 2 small ones, because they have 2 kids. And
so 1 was for
they like bread.
Okay, so let me take Wale. I think that should be our final call for the evening. Wale from Lagos. Thank you for calling. Let's hear what you have to say. Wale, are you there?
Yeah, I'm there. I'm here.
Go ahead.
Good evening.
Yeah, hello. Let's hear what you have to say.
I was lucky to be on. Hello?
Yes, go ahead.
Hello, yeah. I was lucky to be watching this program as it is. Yeah, actually, that's my daughter there, Fola.
Thank you for calling.
Awesome. Hi, Daddy.
Hello?
Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, fine, yeah. Well, actually, back in the days, we know bread as it used to be. Not what it is now.
Wow. Thank you so much, Daddy.
My take is, I think Fola should be more informed about what they're picking these days.
Daddy, you're listening to yourself, it's delaying us. We have to
continue. The flour you have now actually is about 25% cassava flour. I think she should be informed about that. I'm surprised, even though if not more, I think it's already even more than 25%, up to 50% cassava flour in it. So we're already into cassava flour. And there is potato bread, whatever cassava bread, whatever bread. I think what they should do is try to master what they're baking for us so that we can get on with the food.
Okay, awesome. Thank you so much, Daddy. Other options. Daddy is telling you should be more informed. All right, so I think that's all we can take. It's been an amazing conversation. Absolutely. I'm telling you. Before we run, in the spirit of daddies, today is my daddy's birthday.
Absolutely. Happy
Mr.
birthday, Daddy.
Joseph Igbinosa. He's 72 today. If they can find his picture, I sent it so that they can show them. Yes, that's my daddy. So happy birthday, Daddy. Before they will kill me, I will not go back on this side. But thank you so much for that. We had an amazing time. See, we are going to be bringing you back because
no problem.
Bread is an important matter. And since Daddy has given you tasks, go and do research.
I think
potato bread, cassava bread,
yes. And let us know.
Let us know. And let's see the costing. Because we have to always find a solution. There's always a solution, I think,
Okay.
So Daddy has given us option of potato bread, cassava bread. So hopefully we'll be able to find which one works. All right, so before we go, do ensure to follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Wayshow Africa. So on Instagram is at Wayshow Africa, on Twitter is at Wayshow Africa with a 1. So you can also interact with us further, drop your comments. Please, like all our BTS, we do a lot of fun things on our Instagram page. Importantly, we're planning a huge giveaway just to say thank you to those that are watching. Yeah. We're going to be partnering with a few brands that will give us some things to give you guys watching us, so follow us on all our social media handles, and this will be happening, as time goes on. So thank you. Make sure to like, share, comment, and invite your friends to also watch. And don't be enjoying the show alone. Watch with other people. Thank you so much, Paula. We had fun.
Thank you.
Thank you, Issy.
I had fun too.
Yeah, thank you, Jenny. All right, so in case you missed today's quote, here it is again. Food is the most primitive form of comfort. So everybody needs food in their life, and we have to find a way to bring that food price to, you know, a reasonable amount that everybody can afford. We'll see you live tomorrow at 8 p.m. as we bring another great conversation to your screen. Enjoy.
New York City has always been a place for big dreams and big dreamers, where anything seems possible and where immigrants have the opportunity to start a new life with the hope of striking it rich. That American dream is alive and well in Harlem along 125th Street, where African hair breeders start the day early in the streets and on the subway, competing for clients who want their hair done just right.
I love my hair being braided because it's a protective style. I'm natural, so I don't really like to put chemicals. I don't put weave.
It makes me feel like me, you know, comfortable myself.
I can roll out of bed, my hair's already done. Don't have to worry about my hair being protected. So, you know, the braids really do help last.
My hair is almost important as eating and drinking water.
Many American women pay hundreds of dollars to have their hair braided. So it is a lucrative opportunity for African immigrants, many of whom know the braiding techniques from childhood and who often have trouble finding work as new arrivals who may not speak English.
De façon générale, toutes celles qui arrivent ici.
All women who come here, who don't have legal papers and don't know anyone, regardless if they have a high school diploma or even a PhD, they start braiding hair until they can do something else.